I just bought my first investment property.
This property was built in 1925 and sits on a 5,600 square foot lot with a combined living area of 1,100 square feet. I purchased this property for $195,000. Prior to purchasing, the previous owner was renting each unit out for $950 per month. Since I'll be living in one unit, the second unit will still generate around $950 a month, helping offset my living expenses and supplement my income.
I really want to show you around, but before I do that, let's see how I got here. This is it. This is the 5-bedroom. This house next to it looks a little maybe condemned. Gas station literally right across the street. I like it. I like it from the outside. The area just doesn't seem great, which is unfortunate. But I mean, also not terrible. It's mainly just I'm really not liking the looks of the neighbors. But shit, I could even buy that and fix that bitch up. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get into that unit. That was the 5-bedroom. The downstairs one did have a tenant, so he said we wouldn't be able to look at that one, right? We knew that coming here, but I guess the upstairs unit was supposed to be unlocked for us. I'm hoping I'm liking this area a little better. It's only 10 minutes away.
This is the next duplex. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath up top, and the downstairs is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. I do like the outside of it, and it has a small off-street parking lot behind it, so that's definitely a plus. Their staircase is super narrow. The whole apartment is a lot smaller than I imagined. I don't know why I was envisioning it would be bigger. It is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, but it's definitely plenty of space for what I would need. I like the flooring. You know, it looks newly renovated. There was some damage to that upper left corner in the closet, but not anything major. Little living room area. Kitchen. This is a little tight squeeze to get to the bathroom, but not really a big deal. Bathroom is nice. It's very spacious.
I was under the impression that had 2 different 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom units. It's actually a 3-bedroom, 1-bath and a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, which is probably better financially, because it is better 100% financially. Obviously, you can rent a 3-bedroom for more than you can rent a 2-bedroom. So I got this paper. The 1-bedroom is vacant, which is nice. I can immediately move in. The 3-bedroom is currently being rented. I wasn't able to see that unit, unfortunately. That is currently being rented at $1,150 a month right now.
Okay, so what do you got? What's the purchase price?
It's listed at $175. I know that's close to like what I was capping out of getting approved. I didn't know if it was $170 or $175. Annual property tax is $1,363.
We have about $1,390.
$1,390 a month?
That's what it looks like, yeah. Let me do it one more time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right around that. And then assuming you get seller concessions, stuff like that, I don't know how you guys are trying to do. Because where's the money down coming from?
Coming out of pocket from me.
Oh, okay, so you're going to need seller concessions. So you don't get a lot of listings in this time of year because not a lot of people want to move, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, those numbers sound good, because right now the current owner is charging them $1,150 for rent. So if the mortgage was like 13 and some change, like that, their rent almost covers it. So I'm only having to come out like a few $100.
Yeah, but this isn't a rental property.
No, yeah, it was a duplex. Yeah, I was gonna be living in one, renting the other.
Oh, I got you. So wait, so it's $1,100. Wait, this is a duplex for $1,390 a month. I would jump all over that thing. I wouldn't wait for anything. Yeah, I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't wait at all, man. This is what you've been waiting for. Like, I thought this was a single family home.
No, yeah.
If you get a duplex and 1,100 is coming out the other side, and you're living with $300, that's a home run, brother.
Yeah, that's what I was looking like on paper. It looks like it's pretty good.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, you're living for free, and then when you do move out, you're going to be
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think you guys found a winner. Just tell Joe, hey, I want in on this. Tell he said we need seller concessions. Then Joe's gonna call me. He's gonna be like, what's the absolute minimum? I'll say this is the minimum. This would be helpful, and then he's gonna work that into your price for you. 1392.
1392. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you very much.
Tax, yeah, that's tax, insurance, everything.
Tax. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm pretty excited. My mortgage payment with insurance, with taxes, $1,392. I'm renting out my other unit for $1,150. So I can't do the exact math, but that's like I'm paying a few $100 a month on rent. Ideally, they've been there for a minute. If they've been there for like 2 months, not that means that they're gonna leave soon, but if they just got there, I don't know how often they bounce around. I don't know. But yeah, ideally they've been there for a minute, but this seems really good on paper. 4 months have passed since the last clip. I thought the property sold. It says it was pending, disappeared, came back up. Lots happened. 4 months ago, it was $175,000. Fast forward, now it's $135,000. Had an inspection done about a week ago. One of the things the inspector found, he said he would recommend a new roof. So I'm just about to submit the offer. The offer is going to be $135,000, and it's contingent on them replacing the roof and fixing the plumbing. I don't feel like they're going to take it. And a part of me, it's weird to say, a part of me doesn't want them to take it. And I think that's like the scared part of me. I'm not just gonna wake up one day and feel ready. I'm making the decision to be ready, but I know this is the step I want to take to get into this, into the world of real estate. You gotta try something. Like, everybody lives the same fucking life. And if you don't want to live the same life as everybody else, then you got to do stuff that everybody else isn't doing. I just heard back from my realtor. They ended up accepting another offer. Someone offered same offer, listing price, but they weren't requiring a new roof. So obviously, if I was the seller, I would take the offer that doesn't require me to put 10, 15 G's towards the roof. I know I said there was a part of me that didn't want them to accept, and there was, but I'm pretty disappointed. I was really looking forward to this. That first night I put in the offer, I had so much anxiety. Like, it was bad. After that first 24 hours, I was excited. I was thinking about how I was gonna do some small renovations to the downstairs. I am disappointed. I've been looking at that thing for 6 months. It's tough, but it is what it is. I'm sure I'll find something I like. So this is the property that I just missed out on. Still disappointed about it. I'm curious to when it's going to switch to pending. It still says it's active. But yeah, we're going to keep... I'm going to keep looking. I do have quite a bit of options. This being one of them. This is a duplex. The exterior, I would immediately rip out these dead bushes, but the interior looks pretty nice. Nice shower. This is $160,000. Move-in ready duplex.
Great opportunity for both investors looking for immediate cash flow or savvy homeowner looking to reduce their monthly payment. Another one I'm a pretty big fan of is this one. This is another duplex. Lucrative income opportunity, tasteful renovated duplex. Again, this one, these are all actually a lot nicer than the one I just missed out on. The downstairs 3-bedroom, it wasn't bad at all, but these do look better. My only complaint, it's not ideal. That doesn't look all that great, and just not a big fan of that. This one, I really like, literally just built in 2025. It's like a 5-minute drive from where I'm currently at. I like that it was just built, brand new, everything. The grass hasn't even had a chance to grow back in. Both units get a detached 1-car garage. That's very nice. But the one I'm most interested in, as of now, is this right here. This is a triplex. It's been on the market for a year and a half, which there has to be a reason. If I end up getting an inspection on this, I'm expecting something to come back on that, because I don't know why this duplex would be on the market for over a year and a half. There's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and then 2 different 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom units. I would obviously prefer a triplex, because with the duplex, I'm just going to be living for very cheap. Whereas a triplex, I'm going to be profitable. I'm going to be making money while owning and living this unit. Hopefully the next time you see me, I'm walking through this red door. As you can see, I am not at the red door. I think this was listed as a triplex. There were no interior pictures on any of the websites. So I kind of figured that meant it was a little rough on the inside, and it was. This is me just showing the 10-foot ceilings. This property was actually massive. It was like 5,300 square feet. I was actually getting lost walking around in it, but definitely not what I'm looking for currently. I'm looking for something that is, for the most part, move-in ready, and as you can just see, this is requiring some work. The house itself is actually, it's such a nice house. I would love to see this house when it was, freshly built. This attic is a massive unfinished attic. You could get so much value out of just finishing this attic. But anyways, my phone ended up dying halfway through me walking around. So I'm just going to walk around for a minute and let you see. So this property is super unique. It's a duplex. It's not like your typical duplex where it's one building divided into 2 separate living spaces. This property consists of 2 separate 1-bedroom houses. So this is the first one. This has the bigger living room of the 2. With the bigger living room, it comes with a smaller kitchen. So there's pros and cons to both. Making your way over here, you have the bedroom and the bathroom that comes off of the bedroom. It's a nice little bathroom. And over here, you actually have a pretty spacious walk-in closet. It's probably twice as big as the closet in the other house. And right next to that closet, you have the basement stairs. The basement isn't very big, but it does provide some additional storage. I didn't notice it at the time when I was walking through, just because I was kind of, taking everything in. But you can see the floor in that right corner. It's a little wet. So at the time of this recording, I'm actually having an inspection done tomorrow. So we'll see what the inspector says about that. And walking out of that first house, you walk right over here. And here is the second house. This one, I do like the little porch area on it. I do like the windows on both sides of this room. I think that you just get a lot of natural lighting in this house. Over here is the kitchen. This kitchen is a little bit bigger, like I said. And the bedroom. And like I said, the other closet is probably twice as big, but you can see the closet over here. And over here by the side door, you have the basement. This basement is significantly larger than the other one. You can actually, it's big enough to throw a couch or a TV or something down here, which is what I'm planning on doing. I want to paint all of these walls, carpet it, make it look a little better down here. The ceiling is a little low, which I show in a second. I'm able to kind of bonk my head on it if I'm not crouching down, but this is a big plus for me. And on the other side of the first house, there's a one-car garage. This is another big plus for me. This will give me a spot to work on my car, somebody else's car, without having to lay in the dirt or worry about the rain. It's a little, it's a little rough, but it's nice that it's here.
So this offers for $195,000. This is $5,000 over list price. They should accept this offer. I kind of know that going into this, according to them. They said they would accept at 195 and they would give us the 6% back if we were willing to do 195. Earnest money. So, assuming they accept, I have 3 business days to get them $1,500. Here, we're hoping to go FHA. I think somewhere in here, I'll have to look in the further conditions. It should say that we're willing to go conventional. Right here is where we're asking for 6% back, seller concessions. This property does not cash flow how some of these other ones I've seen have. So the other night I was kind of asking myself, why am I even wanting to get into this property specifically, if it doesn't cash flow like I would like? And I guess the short answer is I just like it. I like it. I like the inside. I like the outside. I like the location. It's such a unique property, how it's 2 different houses, how they're not connected like a normal duplex. I think that's really cool. But man, like I can get a better property to where my tenant is paying like 95, if not more than my mortgage, which that would be ideal. And that was what I was wanting to do when I first was looking into this, like 2 years ago. And this property is not that. I'll have a $1,500 mortgage payment, where my second house, my other unit, is going to be rented at around $950. So yeah, I'm having to come like $600 out of pocket on this, which is still good. You're not going to find rent anywhere for $600, let alone to be able to own a house and build equity. Like $600 is good in that aspect, but looking at it as that other unit I was looking at, where I was going to have to come $30 out of pocket, where my downstairs tenant would have been paying $1,150 on my $1,180 mortgage. That was beautiful the way that was set up. I guess I'll get to clicking and signing. Adopt and sign, adopt and sign, adopt and sign. Damn, bro. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. I would rather, and this sounds extreme, I would rather buy this property. Worst case scenario, I go completely broke and I file bankruptcy in a couple years, I would rather that than to miss out on this property and for the rest of my life be thinking, how would my life have played out had I bought that property? Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's go. So I am in the final. This process has been so drawn out. I mean, obviously this is my first time buying a property, so I don't know how it usually plays out, but I feel like this has just been being so drawn out. It's insane how we still haven't closed on this, which I mean, I get, because there's so many, like, we were supposed to get 6%, and we had to switch loan types, and then we had to get 3%. I didn't want to cover that other 3%, so everybody was trying to figure out, how are we getting this other 3%? We got the 3%. I get it. Everybody's been being extremely helpful. This first one, the first time home buyer counseling certificate, that is going to be $95. And the second one, the landlord counseling certificate, that is another $99. Now, I mean, that's like, $200. Obviously, it's not crazy, but I was hoping this shit was free. You are now enrolled in the landlord education course. That's another thing. It sucks I gotta pay to do this, but I'm sure I am going to learn important shit that I will need to learn. You know what I'm saying? When you start renting apartments or homes, you'll be taking on the role of landlord. You will be a special type of real estate professional entitled not only to collecting rent, but also enjoying certain tax advantages and select. That's another thing, real quick. I've heard, I watch a lot of real estate shit, whether it's on TikTok, YouTube, podcasts at work. So many people talk about the tax advantages, which I haven't really looked into. I don't know. I mean, I know you can write off a lot of shit, but it's also like, write-offs are really only if you're a non-W-2 employee, as far as my knowledge goes. You know what I'm saying? If you're a W-2 employee, I mean, yeah, you can still write off shit, but I don't know. I'm not too knowledgeable. So, that's another thing I will clearly be learning right here. To help you succeed as a landlord, Fannie Mae, shout out Fannie Mae, whoever the fuck you are, has prepared this guide. This guide's purpose is to help you and other first-time landlords understand the risks and responsibilities involved in the business of being a landlord, and to share some proven ways of handling them successfully. Owning a small rental property is one way of achieving the dream of homeownership, but in buying a small rental property, you not only become a new homeowner, you also take on the responsibilities of becoming a landlord. Your rental property is not only your home, but also your business. As a business owner, you must adhere to the laws, rules, and regulations that govern rental housing, and have a clear understanding and appreciate rental rules and practices. Check the applicant's credit. Just as the lender you applied for your mortgage researched your credit history, you should research the credit history of your potential tenants. When possible, try to get the credit information in writing, and try to get more than one creditor's opinion. A single negative report could be the result of a dispute unrelated to your applicant's actual ability to pay debts. A single positive report could represent an isolated incident in which genuinely uncredited. This is my favorite paragraph so far. I like that. Congratulations, you completed your landlord education course. Get your certificate. There we go, baby. Significant. A certificate of achievement awarded to Alex Fry for the successful completion of Fannie Mae's, shout out Fannie Mae, landlord education course. Heck yeah, bro. You know I'm putting that on the wall, boy. Got the keys. Just closed. I'm hoping this is the first of many. That's the whole point of this video, is just kind of document. So, 10 years in the future, whatever, I can look back on this and be like, damn, that was my first one, and now I got 5, now I got 10, 15, who knows? But that's the goal. Just have as many rentals as possible. $1 million portfolio is a long-term goal of mine, so it'll be cool when I get there to watch this back. But I met the seller at closing, and I mean, he's in the exact spot I'm trying to be, you know. He said a year ago he had over 200 properties, but he's just trying to liquidate his assets right now, so he's just been selling like crazy. But that's nuts. 200 properties. I can't imagine. But anyways, it's move-in time. These are my fucking houses, yo. This bitch is mine. Kitchen, living room, bedroom, bathroom, closet, basement. For sale, not no more, motherfucker. We running over here. Guess what? Mine. Living room, 75-inch kitchen, bedroom, closet, fucking bathroom, fucking side door, basement. Looking pretty good. I just want to end this video off by saying you have to do something with your money. No one ever bought a Lamborghini working a 9-to-5. No one ever retired their parents working a 9-to-5. And obviously, I'm still years and years away from that, right? But that is my goal, and that is what I'm working towards. And that's what everybody should be working towards. If you are in the Elkhart, South Bend area and you're looking to buy property, I cannot recommend Joseph Stanti more. He was extremely helpful. And I feel like we're friends, even though it's really just a, you know, like a business relationship. If you're needing a property inspected, again, I cannot recommend Adam Simons more. He's with AGS Home Inspections. He inspected this property and the property in Mishawaka that I had missed out on. He's extremely thorough. To end this video off, I just wanted to share a quote from Alec Miller. I listen to this probably every day for a month on my drive to work.
What if the next chapter that you're so worried about turns out to be your favorite? What if the thing you're approaching with hesitation ends up becoming part of your life you look back on and say, that changed everything for the better? We rarely think that way. The moment something is unknown, most people immediately imagine what could go wrong. What if it fails? What if it hurts? What if I regret it? What if it isn't what I hoped it would be? And that's understandable. Uncertainty often feels threatening because your mind wants to protect you before anything even happens. But that protection usually leans in a negative direction. It treats the unknown like danger when sometimes the unknown is simply unopened possibility. What if the next part introduces you to people you didn't know you needed? What if it teaches you something that unlocks a stronger version of yourself? What if the thing you're nervous about right now becomes the exact reason your life expands in a way you couldn't have planned? A lot of the chapters people end up loving did not begin with certainty. They began with nerves, with doubt, with questions. Because new things almost always feel unfamiliar before they feel meaningful. We forget that uncertainty doesn't always mean that something bad is coming. It just means you haven't lived it yet. And maybe that deserves a little bit more hope than you're giving it. Not blind optimism, but balance. If your mind is willing to imagine the worst case scenarios, it should also be willing to imagine that something beautiful might be waiting there too. That maybe the chapter you fear is not a setback. Maybe it's your favorite one waiting to introduce itself.